More Than Meets the Eye number 9. Back to
I
our
read this one.
normal artist here.
I read this one. I just making sure to put out there I did read this one.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Back on pre-war Cybertron, we see two bots standing around talking about the growing Decepticon cause and social unrest and what it means for them, what it's going to mean for them when they look up and discover a body hanging above them.
Oh! Yo, holy shit, he dead!
So 4 million years later in the present day, our crew is sitting around the bar. To help repair Rung's brain, they're going to tell a hopefully true story where some of their lives have overlapped.
Story time.
So we start with Chrome Dome and pick it back up at the crime scene. Back then, he was a forensics guy and partnered with Prowl, who you'll remember is the cop car over here. Mm-hmm. The guy who died was assassinated, and he was a senator named Sherma. And given that his body was marked with the Decepticon symbol, they believe Decepticons are behind this, but Prowl wants a full autopsy. Mm-hmm. From here, Drift picks up the story. Back in the day, he was in a dark place. He was an addict overdosing in the Dead End, which is just like a generic bad part of town, I guess.
Peanut butter and crap.
Guys come around and begin to rough him up when suddenly a familiar-looking hero cop named Orion Pax comes to save the day.
I want to introduce you to my friend, Optimus Prime.
So I thought this looked so fucking cool. I was like, this is awesome.
A few moments later.
Now Ratchet takes over the narration where Drift left off. Him and Orion hear on TV that the lead senator, aka their like Prime, has died. On the news, they say he died from a long-standing rust infection, but Ratchet notes that when he operated on the guy not too long ago, he didn't show any symptoms of that. Also in present day, we see Drift leave, as throughout the story so far, Rodimus has been texting him to meet him, basically.
Help me! Nigga! Help me!
From Dome's point of view, him and Prowl are reviewing the autopsy, and I think it's really cool how their full autopsy is just like literally taking a guy apart. Yeah. They find a clue in the form of powdered glass, which can be traced back to one specific place, get a search warrant, and roll out to investigate. They go to this building where really wealthy people, including the dead senator, lived, and as they arrive, they see someone pushed out a window. On closer look, they see that the body was also marked with the Decepticon symbol.
Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Woo!
Drift meets up with Rodimus as they pull a headless Red Alert out of the ship's oil reserve. Rodimus tells Drift he's glad he showed up because it saves him the trouble of having to justify what he's about to do to Cyclonus, and that's the end of issue 9.
What a twist!
Back with Chrome Dome, him and Prowl are at a Decepticon protest. They're protesting a registration act that wants the bots to register as Decepticons with the promise that if enough people sign up, they'll be recognized as a political party. However, as comic readers, I think we all know that whenever a registration act is brought up, it's probably not a good thing.
Never.
Ask Robot Man and Captain United States.
He's my friend. So was I.
Chrome Dome thinks talk like this could lead to an insurgency. Prowl's not worried. However, Prowl says that if it did come to war, he'd leave the planet and hope that Chrome Dome would come with him.
2 hours later.
One of the relinquishment clinics looking for clues on where the culprits' bodies came from. As they investigate, they uncover a facility hidden underneath the clinic. This is the fabled Institute, and it's essentially a government facility where they brainwash / lobotomize citizens to behave. It's very dark.
You're so dark! You sure you're not from the DC universe?
They isolate centers of memory and emotion, remove everything that defines you, and implant new patterns of behavior into you. And that it's a forbidden science they call Shadowplay, which is also the name of the story arc.
Emotional damage!
We also find a list of names organized by threat level that's revealed to be the same as the Decepticon registration list. So now we see Chrome Dome and Prowl meet up with Ratchet and his group. They're discussing what's going on. As they're discussing what's going on, Pax comes up with a theory.
A game theory!
Behind the Registration Act ordered the murders of the Decepticon senators. They find that the Decepticons, who are used to being scapegoats, innocent to spike registration. Later, they're going to detonate a bomb that Whirl warned them about and use it as an excuse to round up Decepticons and brainwash them.
Well, this is fucked.
Finally, Pax realizes that they'll use the Matrix as at the Prime's funeral as the bomb, killing thousands and blowing up a religious landmark. And this leads him to one conclusion: they'll have to steal the Matrix. End of issue 10.
It's too much. Excuse me. It's too much.
But yeah, no, it's good stuff. I'm just gonna go through because I feel bad for not telling y'all what COINTELPRO is, because you know it's good stuff and it reminded me a lot. This gave me a COINTELPRO vibes reading this book. But COINTELPRO is a series of covert and illegal projects actively conducted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting domestic and American political organizations. The Black Panthers are one of these organizations. This is reminding me of his shit.
Yeah.
It's fucked up shit.
Meant to parallel like the real world.
Yeah.
You know? If you're looking for any sort of like critique on modern politics,
They should put-
Transformers comics.
They should put this in like political science classes, but they explain it with this Transformers comics.
Radicalized by the Transformers comics.